Welcome, everybody, to the Wednesday Night Freedom Union call. I am super excited about tonight because I get to introduce one of the coaches that is on my team. She's not my personally sponsored coach, but she lives here in Arizona, and we have connected a lot. So I'm super excited to hear from her tonight. Her name is Ashley, if you guys don't know who she is, and she's an Emerald coach, and she is just amazing. She preaches personal development and does awesome things. So I can't wait to hear from her. So take it over.
All right. Can you hear me good? Awesome. I'm sitting like right above the air vent, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't too loud. All right. So I wanted to talk today about keeping your eye on your why. And I guess first I also wanted to talk about my takeaways from Super Saturday a little bit because it was like incredibly freaking awesome. And like, I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so like, you guys have no idea what all of you mean to me. Like, it's crazy. Like we went and there was a whole row of us just at our Super Saturday. Like, how freaking cool is that? And like, just to see these people, like all of you guys, and talk to you on Facebook and on all this social media, and then like to actually meet everybody is badass. Like, it's awesome. You have to go to these events. Like, it totally is going to help your business and help you. And I can't stress enough how important it is. So a little bit, I don't know if everyone watched my takeaways from Super Saturday, but I think my favorite part was Caleb's story about his grandparents and his grandpa doing puzzles. And, he had like the whole history of where puzzles came from and all of that good stuff. And he related it back to us as a team, how everyone has like different input. Everyone has a different strength, different weaknesses, and like when everyone works together, it all just falls together, and that's what makes us a team, and that's what makes us so strong, and that is big. So we have to use each other's strengths and weaknesses and use that to our advantage for our business. If you are like not, say you need help working on something that involves, like your posts or whatever it is. If there's someone that has like something awesome that they're doing, ask them where they got it from. What are they doing? What's getting them all those likes? Like, pry into people and find out what's working for them, because that's just more knowledge that you can get for yourself as well. And then another thing that I really liked was that you cannot help those that do not want to change. Like, you can follow up and follow up and follow up, which is good. Don't, of course, not follow up. But like, if it's just not the right time, it's not the right time, and don't take it personal. And you just keep being there for that person, and eventually the time will come and you'll be right there on your journey, and you can help them through theirs. So that being said, I wanted to touch a little bit about your story and making sure that you're sharing your story. I wasn't doing this for like a while, and I was not getting any traction, and I wasn't getting people to really like follow me, and I didn't feel I was missing something. And so finally I was just like, screw it, I need to just post it. I don't remember who told me, but somebody was like, you need to share your story. I think it was Mallory told me this. And she, I don't know, I admire all of those that are higher up. So like, any bit of advice that I get, and anything that I can put into my business, like, of course you have to do it. So share your story. Like, even if you don't have like a big physical transformation, like for me, I feel like I have both, you know, but I feel like mentally I have transformed like insanely. And I feel like that's what I think people connect with the most for me. And that could possibly be because, you know, I stuck around with people that weren't the greatest of people for so long. And so, you know, I didn't have that self-esteem. I didn't have motivation, and I wasn't surrounding myself around with positive people. And now that I do that, like everything is so much clearer. It's so crazy. And I feel like even if I'm not a diamond or whatever rank we're all looking at the time, like it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't, because you are working on yourself, and that's priority. Like you are number one. And as long as you are progressing, you just have to keep sharing it. That's your story. Like, yeah, you might be a hot mess on days, but you're figuring it out. And I feel like that is crucial, especially when it comes to this business, because it's hard. Like, I feel like it's kind of hard. Like, it's hard. You're always trying to compare to other people, other coaches, and like, oh, what are they doing? I need to be doing this, or I need to make this video, or I need to show these recipes, or we're always comparing to the next coach. And it's good for ideas, but like you have to do what is going to get you further in the business. Find what your Facebook friends like, your Instagram friends like, and stick with that. That's what's going to help you. And of course it's going to always change. It's kind of evolving, but you're evolving. So that's where your why comes in. So, with your why, like, I don't think I really knew what my why was for a good while. Like, I started in March of last year doing 21 Day Fix, and I did like 1 million rounds of it. And I kind of got bored, like you kind of get bored doing the same things. So you've got to continually like remind yourself of what your goals are, why you're doing this, and keep that why in front of you at all times. Like, I'm literally looking at my board right now that has Diamond by May 1st, Push Yourself, Success Club. Like, it's above my water cooler in my kitchen where I am always at, and I'm constantly looking at my goals and visualizing that. And I didn't have this board until like the new year. That was part of what was one of my goals. Like, I'm going to put down my goals. I want it to be up. I want to be able to visualize this shit every day and keep me motivated. And I feel like it's helped. Like, I look at it and I've added things to it, and I've made like little things next to it. And it totally helps to see it on the regular. Like, if you're not looking at your goals and you're not looking at why you're doing this and why you're doing it for yourself or your family, then you're not going to succeed, because you don't have a vision of what you want. If you don't know what your why is, I highly suggest figuring it out like soon, and post it in our Facebook group so we all know and we can help each other out and motivate each other. I love watching everyone's videos. And then let's see, I have so many notes, you guys, it's crazy. And I feel like I'm talking way fast. Let's see. So, figure out your why. If it's your health, your kids, financial freedom, we all have those, but what's going to make you want to get up in the morning and push yourself to do it? Like, I have found, like, me and Aubrey started doing little morning pictures every morning of like rise and shine, and we have our energize, and we're all like barely awake, and we post these pictures, and I swear people love them. So like, you have to hold yourself accountable and keep keep pushing for what you want. I don't think that I would ever have been here had I not had like our groups and, you know, Sam's groups, all that stuff. Like, there's no way I would still be here. So our groups are way, way, way important. You have to always have groups and be adding people into them. And I think that's what's really helped me in the last couple months, is making sure that my calendar is done and I know I have whatever free group on this time and my challenge group on this time, and you just got to get people into it. And don't beat yourself up if you don't hit Success Club. Like, of course it's everyone's goal. But I mean, there's other things. Like, if you're helping someone do a 30-day, you know, thing on God, and you're helping someone do that, like, that's just as good. Like, don't downsize your coaching ability to people just because they're not paying for it. That doesn't mean that in a month they're going to get bored with Beachbody On Demand and buy a challenge pack from you because they see Shakeology and they see the results from everyone. And so don't like discredit not helping those that can't afford it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because honestly, I feel like a lot of my friends aren't doing this because they can't afford it. And I get it. Like, I was in that same situation, and you just have to decide to freaking do it and run with it. So, you know, so just don't give up on those people that always put you off because of a cost issue. Eventually they'll come around. And let's see, what else? To the next page. Sorry, I'm so all over the place. I'm nervous. But, my other tip is make sure you're working out. Like, me personally, if I miss a day or two of working out, like, I don't freaking feel good. Like, I get this, like, cloud over me. I am not mentally, like, I'm just not there. And I feel like getting my butt up in the morning and working out and sweating is like my, like, counseling and my therapy for the day, because like, it's just crazy. And if you're struggling and you're not working out, get your ass up and work out. Just do it. Just do it and post about it. And if you're struggling, post about it and get people to help you. You know, like, all of our friends need motivation. Like, everyone's watching you, and, you know, they're just waiting for you to say the right thing, basically, that gets that chord, you know, and motivates them. And what else? Make sure, and I know I said this, but post about it, but, like, make it fun, you know, like, don't just post your sweaty selfie and be like, oh, I did whatever. Okay. But give value to it. Like, you know, if you're getting up early in the morning, post about it. People don't like getting up early in the morning. Like, most people don't. I kind of am a morning person, so I'm okay with it. But if I work out after like noon, my workout sucks. So, like, post about it. Maybe if people are trying to work out after work and it's just not working for them, then they need to work out in the morning. And you showing up every morning at 5:00 is going to motivate them. The weirdest thing, so, like, I went through recently and added my boyfriend. Like, I went through and added, like, a lot of women on his Facebook page. And I didn't have any shame. I pretty much just went through and added most of them, like, especially ones that looked like they might need some help. But I added, and I kind of verified, like, you know, should I add this person, blah, blah. So I kind of got some input before I did it. But I added a ton of Josh's friends, and, like, I have so many women right now that are, like, all over my stuff because of that. Like, they have seen me for years, and they've seen my little chubby face and my round little body, and they're like, holy crap, like, where did this come from? You know, like, it's so, don't, like, add to your network, and don't be scared to add people that you don't have you don't know. Like, find those friends in common and just add them. And if they don't add you, whatever, it's no sweat off your back anyways. They don't know what they're missing. So, but going off of that, once you are adding to your network, like, don't wait. I went through stages where, like, I wouldn't add people for a good period. Like that was scary. I don't want to add these people. I don't know these people, but you have to. If you want to succeed in this business, you have to add people. And like, you got to get over the fear. And so I have these people telling me like, oh my gosh, you motivate me. You're my inspiration. Like, these people have been following me for a month. Like, I've been doing this as a coach. This will be the 9th month. So, I mean, it's taken me 8 months at least to get people to like finally see what I'm doing and ask what I'm doing and be like, holy crap, like, she's sticking with something. And you just have to stick with it. Like, if you're not selling or you're not doing whatever, don't give up. Like, you're still going to be doing your thing. Like, share that. And don't push your success off just because you're not making money per se off of it. Because for me, the money's nice, of course, but like what it does for me and you guys, like, just everything that I've gained from this has been amazing. And I couldn't imagine not being there. Like, I don't know if you guys, most of you don't know most of my history, but right out of high school, like, I went crazy and didn't talk to my family for years and like was on drugs and was homeless for a brief time. And like, I was a shitty person. Like, I don't even like going back to that, but I've realized that is what's made me stronger now. And like, I take those like hard times and I'm like, this is nothing. Like, you might be stressed out or something might be getting to you right now, but like, have you slept in the back of a truck? Like, do you have a house over your head? I mean, we're all eating good food. So, like, there's always a hard time for everyone, and everyone's at a different place in their life. And you just have to be there to support and just share your raw self. And, it's just, it is what it is. Like, you have to believe in yourself. Belief is like number one. If you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe that you can succeed, then it's not going to happen. And I go through waves where I'm like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I got to post too much. I have, too much going on, but really, what do I have going on? Like, it's not that hard. It's easy to succeed. And for me, like, it feels pretty darn good when someone's like, you are my motivation. You inspire me. Like, I just walked a mile because I wanted to keep up with you. Like, that's so cool. Like, I've never felt like so much passion to do something, and it's just awesome. So don't give up. Oh, and I totally forgot to talk about this. So going back on what you post on Facebook, like, find your perfect times to post. And like I know for me, like, stories, transformations, like, things like that do really, really, really good at night. And that's pretty much it. like I don't get much traction during the day. So during the day is my kind of like early morning, I get good traction. And then during the day, like, I really don't. It's once everyone gets off work that they start liking my stuff again. Like, so like, keep notes of when you're getting the most likes, because you want to make sure that you're posting in that time period, because otherwise it gets lost and people don't see it until someone goes back in and comments on it or posts on it. And on a side note, a little trick or tip I have, I'm sure you've heard this as well, but if I post something that I put a lot of work into and no one really likes it, like if I post it in the middle of the day and it bombs, like, I'll make Josh go back in and like like it and comment on it and like do something, you know, or I'll send my friend a text and be like, hey, can you do me a favor and go to my post and like it or comment on it, because it pops it back up. So you always got to be working on your like Facebook affinity, and it helps. Go through your friends, get those connections going, and you know, most of all, don't believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Like you are your biggest enemy, and you are what stands in your way. So stop standing in your way and just keep going, push through it, and show that, you know, like show your passion for what you're doing, because when people know that you're passionate about something, then they want to be, what is she doing? What, you know, what's working for her? And no, I mean, I think that's pretty much all I've got. And when you hit goals, make a bigger goal. Like once you start checking things off of your list of things you want to do and things you want to get done, like don't stop. Keep adding to it. Make it bigger, make it better, whatever it is. Like keep your eye on what your objective, what your goal is, and like don't just like, oh, I'm here, I made Success Club, I don't need to do anything else for the month, like, or whatever it is. Like don't just give up on it once you've hit it, or say the month passed and you didn't hit it. Like don't beat yourself up for it.
That's all. It was so awesome, all of what you said, and I've seen you do everything. I love when you say like never, like pretty much never give up, because you know that's definitely my story too. And it's so true about just sticking it out and doing it for you and being better every day. Because if you're focused on making yourself better every day, then you know people are going to watch and they're going to wonder what you're doing. And sometimes it takes people a couple months, sometimes it takes people 3 years to come around. So I love that you said add constantly to your network every day and start right away. Like when you're a new coach, start. So I did have a few questions though. So no, they're good ones. When you, I know like a lot of new coaches, they feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to share this much on my social media, and you know everybody around me is sharing their workouts and their this and that and stuff, and they kind of get frustrated after a while. But did you feel like once you decided to share your story that it changed and you felt like you had a lot more to share throughout the day?
Definitely. Like I think once people like connect with you more like personally and you know, kind of get where you're coming from, then they're like, wow, she's came a long way. Like some of these new people don't know who you are. Like they see you and you're fit and you're doing whatever, and like they don't know it all. So you have to just keep sharing it. And I literally wasn't doing that. Like I would share a little here and there. Like I was always scared to post pictures, things like that, because I don't know, just fear. And like in the last month I've shared a lot, and I swear it has helped so much, like so much. It's crazy. So share everything. Even if you're just reading like your personal development and it like stroke a key and you feel good about it, like share that. People love personal development. Like at least my friends do. And you don't even necessarily have to put personal development on it. Like just say like, oh, I'm reading this and blah, 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 and talk about what it was. And people love that. Like people don't like to read for themselves. So if you're sharing what you learned, it'll help others as well.
It's so funny because people will be like, I don't need personal development and I don't need any of those books. But those are like the most engaging posts that you will have, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
There was one last thing I wanted to add, and that she said that when she gets advice from her upline or somebody else, actually, I have a whole thing in notes, but I love that you said that you just ask questions. If somebody is doing something, you're like, how do I, what are you doing? Let me know, because we want all of you guys to do that. And that's awesome. Don't be afraid to ask anybody questions. And then I love that when she said that she asked the questions or advice, she might be scared, but she runs with it. And this is how she got on this call tonight, because pretty much, so Nicole asked her, hey, why don't you do next week's call? And we were on this like little Zoom, and she was like, yes, I'll do it. And I love that. Just say yes, just give, take action, and it'll get you over your fears. So
it will. I almost really wasn't that scared to do this. I was excited to do it, but I'm still on my Super Saturday high of excitement. So that's probably why as well. But remember, I did a call my first month into it when I freaking killed it my first month and had Success Club 12 or some ridiculous Success Club. And that call was brutal. I was so scared to talk. I have came out of my shell like crazy. So if you have something that you're passionate about and you want to share it with the rest of us, seriously, just do it. It's liberating and you're excited to do it.
Yeah. If anybody wants to jump on a call and do a call, let us know. You guys are more than welcome to, for sure. Does anybody have any more questions for Ashley? I can be quiet now.
I made it almost to the 30-minute mark.
I don't have any questions, but I just want to say awesome job.
Thank you.
It's my success partner right there.
Yeah, she's my success partner, and we've been killing it. Get a success partner. You don't have one. Get one. It helps to check in with someone and bounce ideas off of people and work groups together and stuff like that. Don't do this by yourself.
Yes, I totally agree. It does help. And usually one person, sometimes you'll find with success partners, one person's usually sometimes on a high and the other person's on a low. So they always can bring you back to level.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Totally. And don't be afraid if that person doesn't click with you. You can have a different success partner. Because I had a different one in the beginning and now it rocks. So, yeah.
That is so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I have conversations with just people on Facebook, sometimes I just get to a moment where it kind of just gets dead. We'll have these long conversations, and then it's just I struggle with bringing it up about my upcoming challenge groups without seeming I'm throwing it on them. So maybe I haven't really, I'm trying to find a technique into approaching it where it doesn't seem like I'm just throwing it at them. So do you have any tips?
So I just started doing this and I feel like it's getting a good response, and that I learned from someone's call that I listened to or something. But, I think it was, I don't know, one of the wake up calls recently, but if if it's someone that you're talking to and they are liking your posts and commenting on your stuff, even if it's a picture of the baby, go to their thing, even if you've already been talking to them, and be like, hey, thank you so much for liking my picture, or, whatever it is. Thank you for showing the support, because it's, and add in whatever, if it's a struggle or if it's hard to share, or just kind of open yourself up to them and thank them for supporting you. And you can either leave it there and be if you ever, need any help, or if you ever want to talk, or if you ever, want to join one of my wellness groups, you're more than welcome to, blah, blah, blah. Just kind of ease it in that way. And I think people have been hey, of course, you're such a motivation. I'd love to be in your group, blah, blah, blah. That's how I got so many people to be in my meal prep group, because people had liked it and they had commented on it. And some didn't even were oh, I want to do this. But I was hey, thanks for showing love. Are you interested in doing my group? And bam, they wanted to be in it. So I would just kind of open it up like that and see where that goes.
Great tips. Thanks.
I'll add just a little bit onto that. Another awesome word to use instead of interested is open. Hey,
Yes.
I'm not sure if you saw, what I do or anything, but I'm getting ready to open up my next wellness group, and I would love to have you be a part of it. Are you open to hearing the details?
Great.
Totally. That helps too.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions for Ashley? What does it say? I started using open recently too. Yeah, I'll even stop myself. I type interested and I'll back up and put open because people I don't know, it's just a word thing.
Totally. I have posted in the group too, like my notes from the wake up call of all these questions that I don't even remember who it was that talked, honestly. I'm so bad, but she posted said some really good questions. So I started using them and got great responses yesterday and the day before. So definitely go check those out because you could add those into the things that you say to people too.
Yeah, that was Shay Stanford's call.
Shay Stanford.
Yeah, I just listened to it yesterday too. And if you haven't listened and it was just this Monday's wake up call, it's phenomenal. Take her advice and use it.
Totally.
Yeah, it was a great call. And she actually, if you guys are ever needing a training on Shakeology or anything, this is off subject, but she is actually the Shakeology queen. If you go to her YouTube, she has some really great trainings on Shakeology.
Who is that?
It's Shay Stanford. We'll post in the group. It's the lady who did the National Wake Up Call on Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Ashley, I just wanted to say something. I'm getting ready to go out, so I couldn't, I was in a towel. So I loved all of your call. I love that you're like me, keep it simple, don't stop, go, just do it. You speak my language. I was going to ask you, I don't know if this is mentioned, but what is your favorite personal development, or what do you go to? Do you have certain avenues of who you go to, of a feeling, or you have a staple, or
Honestly, I like YouTube videos. Those are the quick, okay, I can watch this in 4 minutes while I'm putting makeup on and get motivated. So, and you can type in anything that you're needing on YouTube, and there's a motivational video for it. If you're bummed, motivational video for when you're bummed. It's so great. Those are my favorite little things. And then Tony Robbins is my favorite. You're a Badass. If you haven't read it, you have to read it. It's my favoriteest, but YouTube's my go-to. Typically for quick, get me in the mood type things. I'll listen to those while I do my power hour.
Did you start on personal development right away when you started coaching, or were you just a non-believer for a little while?
No. So I was already doing personal development, sort of, a lot of the YouTube videos and stuff I was doing because in Sam's group, she would make you post motivational things and hey, go check this out. And so that's what got me started on it. But I don't think I started reading actual books for personal development until I started coaching. And that has changed my life. You have to do personal development.
That's awesome. I'm glad you said that, because I teach personal development in my wellness groups before anyone is even a coach sometimes. And I have them every Saturday's personal development. So that's awesome. And it just goes to show what you learn when you're just a little challenger, what you learn in the very beginning is what you're going to teach as a coach. So if you want all the future coaches, your next diamond could be your today's coach that you sign, that you're oh, they'll never be a coach. You just never know.
Totally.
So what you put out there is what exactly you're going to get back. So share your personal development like crazy. Thanks for this call. It was awesome. I'm glad that you did it. Did you tell the story of how you got here and what?
Oh, I guess I didn't really. But I met Sam on Smile Mom. I don't know if anyone has heard of that. It's some silly app where you find moms in your area, and crazy little Sam kept posting all these awesome pictures and her adorable little boy, and she's like, hey, go find me on Facebook. And I was like, okay, and so I went and found her on Facebook, and I put her off for months, and we would still talk, and she would check in with me every couple weeks, and finally I was just going through some crap basically in life, and things had gotten really bad, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna kick ass, it's gonna work, and I'm gonna get skinny. and so that's how me and Sam connected basically. That's why you never know who you add, who's gonna be your next good coach.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we will let everybody go. Thank you so much, Ashley, for doing tonight's call. And we will see you all on the boards and on next week's call. I will post this as soon as it loads.
Good night.
Good night.